Welcome everybody to Global Party 2017, Healing from the Inside Out. We're kicking off today with Mena Patricio from Portugal. She's going to be sharing Living from the Heart. And what better way to live from the heart than to listen to one of her favorite songs, The Hills Are Alive, from the sound of music.
With songs they have sung for 1,000 years.
You know, Mena, that is just one of my lovely favorites. It was the first movie I ever saw in a theater. So that's how far back I go. Now, living from the heart. How did you start to live from the heart, and what was your aha that shifted you to live from the heart and help others do the same?
I think I always lived from the heart. Always. I am a very sensitive person, and I always capture the emotions of the people, you know, good and bad. and that was good and bad, of course. And one day, I realized that I had a lot of diseases. I was a very healthy person until I started practicing. I am a medicine doctor. And when I started practicing, I got every disease of my patients, everyone, I think. And I thought, okay, they are contagious, it's natural. But it wasn't, because then I got every disease of my kids. And I started looking around, and my colleagues didn't get every disease. So something was strange there. And especially when I got cancer some years ago, and I thought, well, enough is enough. And this cancer is not contagious, so I don't have that excuse. Something's here. Okay, my immunity is low, but why? So I started to look for my answers, for my whys, because it was not only the disease, it was the why. And I started to try to heal myself, of course, and I did everything they told me, but I wanted more, because I wanted to go to the roots. You don't want to heal a disease, you want to heal, but you want to eliminate the roots. Something caused that. And in my search, well, I didn't heal very easily. I had lots of diseases after, but I was searching and searching, and I said to myself, I deserve to be healthy like everybody else. I deserve perfect health, and I will focus on that. So how to do it? So I started to listen to summits like this, to read books, everything that came out with, I would see. I thought a bit like a mad person, looking and looking and looking. But when a person looks and asks, finds some answers.
Yes.
And those answers were strange sometimes. Lots of times were strange, because I was a scientist. I was a very scientific, very logical person. Yeah. And I had to learn how to live from the heart. I didn't have, I chose, because I understood that it is much better. It is, the real life is living from the heart. Other things are an illusion. I was living from my mind, my heart too, but my heart was way down because my mind, my logic should be the first one.
Right.
It was like that I was taught by my parents for society, think first.
Right.
I learned that very well, and it was kind of bad to me because then I hit on the wall and I understood, no, this is not my way. I need other ways of living, and now I'm much better and much healthier, of course. And what I learned also permitted me to help people more and better in a best way.
Yeah. Well,
So
first of all,
I'm grateful.
I know that there's people going, wow, you're a scientific medical doctor talking about the heart. And yes,
Yeah, I would say I would. I wouldn't talk about that some years ago, not like this.
mhm,
And it was funny because I started listening to summits and to lots of people, and I didn't know them.
uh-huh,
I listened to every kind of people, and some were very strange, and they said very strange things for me, and I didn't believe them. But I wondered because I saw people listening and reacting and changing, and it was strange for me. So I started opening, you know. I didn't know how, but well, if it works with them, well, let's try, let's see, let's. I was feeling my guidance in the way I was going to what sounded better to me, what felt better to me, you know.
mhm.
And I made the experiments, of course. Of course, I wouldn't talk to anyone. Oh, I am listening to that guy, or no, no way. Shut my mouth. Experience, see
Right.
for myself, and then if it worked, and it was like that. Things that worked with me, I got confidence, and then I started to raise my kids in a different way. And now I speak to persons, of course, and of everything. Now I speak. Because at the beginning, you imagine a doctor, no, 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 no way, no way.
Well, that is that I think is a breath of fresh air for a lot of people. And I think for me personally, I'm with you that when you take the time to have your own experience and convince yourself, because there's many ideas and opinions out there of what is going to bring you healing. And as you experience something, you trust that inner guidance, you follow where you're led, and you have a aha, and you feel confident, you build that faith muscle and open your heart more, just like you shared, right? You just slowly kept opening and opening because you were open, probably, but open to all the everybody's stuff in the beginning, which caused you then to learn how to let go of that and open to your beautiful spirit that is helping so many now by sharing your story.
Yes, I was helping before, but in a different way. And then I always thought I should be holistic, not only to see that, you know? And the prevention is much more important than healing. So I think I love the way I live now. Much better, much better, much joyful, much instead of being so right. That's the way. And it wasn't the way. And my mind was thinking and thinking and thinking. And our minds think and think and think, and they don't find the answers. They find some answers, but they are not the perfect answers, the good answers, well, they are answers, but it's not the same thing. Our heart knows more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with much, in a much easier way when you listen to your heart. It's easy. It's simple.
So for you, explain to the viewers how you know the difference that your heart is leading you versus your mind.
It's completely different because our mind is like a mad monkey jumping here and there. And our minds are made to think, of course, and it's their work. They think, but they don't know the solutions. So they look and search and go here and go there and go there, and it's a mess. So it's tiresome. It's tiresome. uh, Many of my people, many of my disease, my patients. Many of my patients are like that. They are thinking and thinking and overthinking, and that doesn't heal them. Especially because most people, what do they think? Negative things. They think things that decrease their energy, their immunity, their life, the resistance to diseases, but much more than that. The disease is a symptom.
Yes, most definitely. So what would be, let's say, 3 things that you would say that a lot of, besides thinking too much, that you might say to the viewers, be aware if you're doing, if you're thinking too much, you can feel that, right? We've already got that part. But is there something else they should look for, or what, more importantly, maybe what would you suggest they do when they're thinking so much?
Well, what I suggest, don't think. Of course, that's impossible. No, what I suggest is be conscious of what you think. Be aware. Notice what you think. Mm-hmm. It's like being, look at your talk, what you're thinking, what you're talking, and feel. And it's so easy. You have 2 ways. You feel bad or you feel good. So, if you feel bad, doesn't suit you. It's not good for you. It's your body, it's your mind saying, that's the wrong way. This is like a GPS. I used to say, we have an internal GPS. So if you wish to go to some place, you tell the place, and if you are in the wrong way, the GPS will say, recalculating, blah, blah, blah. So hear your internal GPS. If you feel bad, you're not in the right way. So stop, right, and see what feels better. If it feels good, okay, repeat, and go from there. It's easy, and it's only one way, but for me, it's enough.
But yeah, I feel the same way as when you're in tune with following, it is easy because you've experienced, I've experienced, and so many of our speakers have experienced what it's like when you're trying to get out of it with your mind and it isn't working. And when you move to this heart and you surrender and you notice that things work out and you're happier and you're lighter and you're freer, and there's a sound of music that's coming through you because everything is alive, it's a whole other world, isn't it?
Yeah. And it is a happier world. So what I say is, choose what makes you happy. That's your way. We are here to be happy and healthy and wealthy and everything else, of course. So choose the things that make you happier. They are the best ones. Simple. For me, sometimes it's not easy because people are so used to suffer and to suffering that it's strange. They need some suffering. Some people need suffering.
Yeah,
I needed suffering. It's awful for me to say that, but suffering made me awake. Yeah. We awake through the suffering.
Right.
Some It is through disease, others through divorce, others through being unemployed or something that seems bad in our life, make us feel okay, enough is enough. I want to be happier. And we start searching and we start moving. And when we start searching, we find.
It's just
We
like
find.
it's like going on Google, right? You search, and that's
Yeah.
it. Know what you're putting into Google. So put in positive things that you want to see in your life versus following the negative stuff. So
Yeah.
use a different way to search, or if you're not using Google, you're using Alta Vista, just use the search engine to go for what you want. Now, how did your family and friends feel when you first started to make the shift? Is there any coaching you can give our viewers as they go, oh, okay, I'm going to make different choices, but my family and friends might be resistant? Is there anything you can share from your own experience?
Well, I do not talk like this to everyone.
Right.
How could I say? I would tire myself and it does the work, because some people are in this way and some don't. And we have to respect that. We have to respect the path of each one. So it's kind of, you start to meet the people that are in your frequency, in your, that think like you or similar to you or are open to your new ideas. And you start connecting more with them. And of course, sometimes the other don't go with me, but well, I learned to respect people. I learned to wait for some of them. And of course, if they wish, they come, and if they don't wish, it's all right too. It's all right too. We have free will.
Yes.
And that was the most hard thing for me to learn and to accept. Not free will like this, of course, we think we must respect each other, but free will in the sense that what I was saying before, some people is in a way of suffering and they need that. And I can say, I'd like to help you, but I cannot help them if they do not want to be helped.
Right. That is
Yeah.
so if they don't want to be helped, because it is a decision or a surrendering. Something has to happen within each one of us, because we might want it for the other person, but if the other person doesn't want it, it isn't going to happen. When I know in my situations, I've met many people that they get attention and they get taken care of when they have an ailment. And it's a way that for some reason they feel people love them now, by being laid up, let's just say. And and so that's they're still staying in that model, and
There is a need in something. Yeah. And sometimes it's not. For me, I was an empath. So if people was suffering, I was suffering with them. I have to learn to protect myself and to elevate my energy. And I understood that, well, before I was side by side with the person, trying to help them.
Right.
And that was making me bad because I was suffering with them and my energy was lower and lower and lower. So I learned that I must go up and then stay up, and then I can give a hand and push them up, push or pull, I don't know. In English, it's a bit different from Portuguese, but help them to go up. Yes. So it's not good for us. Many people are so loving, many of them, and they want to help, but they help going down with the others, and that doesn't help no one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like when you're
so you suffering with them, it may be very kind, but doesn't help them grow. You are giving them reason in their suffering instead of saying, okay, you are suffering. I understand you, but you can be happy with me. It's much better.
Right. So what would you, how did you learn to protect yourself from absorbing other people's stuff?
I'm still learning. I'm still learning, but it was a bit like that. Um, I cannot give what I don't have. You know, if I help and help and help, my energy goes down. And if my energy goes down, how can I help? I can help much and much if I am in a high energy. So what did I do? Things that I liked, and musics, movies that touched my heart, people that touched my heart. I started listening to a lot of summits because some of the people talked to my heart and some talked to my mind, and it was important too. But it's what I told to you. I chose what felt better to me, and that was different from that other person and other, and things that were good for the other person sometimes were not good for me. It didn't work with me. So you know me, I told you I am stubborn. My mind is stubborn, but the fact is, we all are different, and some things may be good for one and may be not so good for the other person. And they are good things, but sometimes it's like a key that doesn't open all the doors.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So it's good for us to find what is unique to us, and I found it through my heart, and I found it making experiences, and I started following my intuition. Yeah. Because before I didn't know, oh, it is my intuition. Is it good or bad? Is it good to follow the intuition? I was afraid. I wasn't taught to do that. I was taught to follow my head, not my intuition. So I had to experience, and I started trusting because I saw it worked, and it worked for me and makes me much happier, and especially it's much easier because some years ago I wished something and I would search and I would read lots of books and books and books and books, and then I would have so many solutions I wouldn't know what to choose. And now I center myself in my heart. I breathe, I go deep inside, and I listen to the answer. It's much easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes the answer seems crazy, but it is the best answer.
Well, that's kind of like this whole global party. I thought it was a little, far out there, this idea. But I just followed, and it's been amazing how things are shaping up. I'm reminded of the airplane when they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first.
Yeah, I used to say that to my patients too. Yeah.
Yeah. And so for those of you that think that you don't have time to take care of yourself, it's important to take care of yourself, to stay charged up in good energy, because when you take that time to rejuvenate, you are in that higher vibration, so you can help others, support others, and most importantly, make sure that you stay up versus being pulled down and down to that lower suffering vibration. So taking care of yourself, we're giving you permission here right now to love yourself and take care of yourself, because look at that glowing face over there with Mena. And, she is obviously helping people heal, being a doctor, right? Seeing people that are suffering all the time, but look at that glow on her face.
But I'm not only a doctor. Yeah.
Right.
So I got tired of being only a doctor. So, and I noticed that, well, I've been coaching people all my life.
Yes.
I remember I had 10 or 12 years, and my friends would come to me for advice or for support or for something. So later in my life, I decided I would be a coach too, and I am in this path also to be a coach, because I want more in prevention, yes, but not only about disease, about life, about heart, about consciousness, about being happy, healthy, wealthy, and it's I choose another way to play in this world, and so I'm rejoicing because of that. You know, I like my other parts, but I need this one because I always love to do lots of things.
Yeah.
You know, even to be a doctor, it was hard to choose that because I loved so many things. It was hard to choose what I would be in my profession, and I chose it because, well, I really hate suffering. Hate. I like to avoid suffering for people and to help, so I chose this. But I could be a lot of other things, and now, and they call me the psychologist doctor. even even my specialty has nothing about with psychology, but of course I have to integrate all I am. Yeah, and coaching is a very important part of this because it allows me to do other things and to help in a different way, more powerful way.
Absolutely, because you've really seen it all ways. So you've seen it from the suffering side, and now you're transforming people's lives in the coaching. So they're coming to you, and they're being healed on all levels, really, right? Because you're showing them that abundance is in their relationships, it's in their health, it's in their money situation, it's in their joy, it's in every aspect that they can experience. And so, who would be, for instance, your ideal client?
My ideal client, well, as I am transitioning, is not a patient. Of course, it can be. Of course, they can be patient. But now I'm not focusing on disease. I am focusing at peace, inner peace. Be well with ourselves, inner peace and growth, and well living and abundance. So now I don't focus on diseases. I focus on be happy and healthy and wealthy. And I do it from my heart. So I kind of follow my spiritual path more and more, my spiritual connection, not religion, spiritual is different. So be in peace with myself. And my ideal clients are like me, people that always wish to be more and of course do more and have more. It belongs to, but especially be more, grow more with their inner connection to their essence or to their higher self or to spirit if they wish. And I do that many times through the raise of well-being in all ways, and the raise of the consciousness of wealth that we all have.
Right.
In fact, we are all perfect. We all have everything now, if you wish, if we open to that. So it's my ideal client wishes to raise their consciousness even more to what they already have. And when they open themselves to that, magic happens in all aspects of their lives. So people who wish to be more happy, with peace of mind, health and wealth,
Beautiful.
connected to spirit always.
Experiencing the magic of life, right?
Yeah, the magic from the heart.
Magic from the Heart, Living from the Heart. And they can find you on Facebook at,
Yes, bright light being.
yes, Bright Like Being, and you can see how bright light she is. And the journey begins, right? So this is it. It's we're all coming together to help and support each other be heart minded versus just minded. Heartfelt is probably a better term. So we can go live our highest and best for everybody. I so thank you for being with us, Mena. You are such a bright light. Bright light. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for taking the time to share with us about living from the heart, because you are a perfect example, and you know how to get a hold of her if you'd like to work directly with her. And we just wish for you all joy, health, wealth, and love. Have a great day.
No, thank you. And I wish to say that when we shine our light, we are living example, and the other people understand that they can shine their light too.
Thank you.
Thank you and welcome.